took the heart of the king and turned it whichever way was necessary.
Amen.
Some of you were in situations and circumstances, and you were in partnerships and things with many other Christians. And somewhere along the line, they got you believing that you got high-minded, but it was really God got in the center of that stuff and start moving it in a way that was so impossible for you to go back, that, watch this, that the door that he opened for you, you had to walk through. Y'all ready?
Amen.
Never forget that you're part of the remnant of God. You're the part of the remnant of God. You got to die to yourself. If you have not died to self, you got to begin to die to self. You young people in this house, let me help y'all out. The worst thing that's happening right now is what's been found on television.
You're right. Go ahead.
Let me say this. I told my wife on the way here, I said, you know what? What is in the mind of God's people when they have allowed themselves to be put on television? These preachers,
I know you're right.
the preacher's children. So I said, and the preacher crying, why is my daughter in the condition she in? Now that is a bad witness.
That's right.
So we've got, you can play soft for them. We've got all of this stuff coming against us. But everybody says the way of escape.
The way of escape.
If you have not received the grace of God, then you need to receive the grace of God. If you're born again, you're a recipient of the grace of God. Here's what the remnant people do. They embrace the uncommon path. Their path is like no other path.
Say so.
In other words, the remnant, watch this, they embrace the uncommon things.
Yes, that's right.
What's normal to everybody else is not normal to them.
That's right.
And even though they may think that you're crazy, like the folk thought Jesus was crazy, who and what name and what authority do you come in? And Jesus didn't even bat an eye. He said, listen, I'm only telling you what I hear my daddy say.
That's right.
Watch it. He didn't get big chested. He just says, listen, what I speak because I hear the Father say. The things I do because I hear the Father, or I see the Father do those things.
That's right.
People got to realize, as the remnant, you're uncommon.
That's right.
So if you're uncommon, your experience is going to be uncommon. What's been good for your friends now is not good for you. Oh, I can't get no amen on that. What's been good for your friends, your family, is not now good for you. What you've given yourself over to that has been common, God says you got to get rid of it, because I'm going to make you uncommon. God is tired of the common.
Yes.
He's tired of the photocopy meetings. He's tired of encounters with craven wolves.
Yes.
What he's about to do is pour out on the remnant. See, when I say the remnant, I'm a piece of a remnant too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But because this church is the remnant, God is specifically saying to you guys tonight, you need to be ready. You need to have the Spirit of God open to change. Uncommon change.
That's right.
Unorthodox change.
That's right. Yes.
Anyone can have a formula. Any people can move to a formula and a program.
Well,
But if you really want to see the experience of God, come in here some days and just sit.
well,
Let someone begin to pray. Let the fire of the Holy Spirit begin to move within the place. I'm not ashamed to say this. I was telling DOC, we went through a real warfare. We went through a really heavy warfare. Our church, I mean, what was hitting us was hitting the people, and it about killed most of them. But the only thing that kept them afloat was the fact that 2 Corinthians. That's why when Second Chronicles. I have chosen this place. And God said, put the people in remembrance of that. And once they got in when I put them in remembrance of what the promise to the house was, you saw the doors begin to open. You saw the spirits begin to come from around them and move from around them. Your church is blessed. You don't need somebody to tell you you're highly favored. You just need to walk in the favor. Walk in the favor of God. And watch this, y'all. Find friends who can celebrate you. Pastor, this is a word of advice under the leadership of God. Find preachers who can help celebrate you. Who, when you call them, they don't give you a whole drawn out, Doc, let me look at my schedule. Man, you local. Okay, I got in trouble.
Come on.
Ain't like you going to Egypt tomorrow. Ain't like you going to Africa next week. You local. You're local. Find your friend. Find you people who understand what God is doing in this house. God will never add another instruction to you guys if it's disobedience within the house. He will not allow you to move in a form of godliness. Disobedience is equivalent to witchcraft. We all know that, but God is seeking a remnant that will take the whole world because of their pursuit, and here's the key, of holiness.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You cannot be called a nation without being holy.
That's right.
You cannot be called kings and priests without being peculiar. You're a royal priest of a what nation? Holy nation. Holy nation. And holiness there simply means you're wholesome. You're together. So I just want you, with the permission of the overseer, I want you just to grab somebody by the hand. Just grab someone by the hand. According to 2 Kings 19.